Welcome back, everyone.
Hello from the very picturesque Zaandam. It's our first time here.
You see pictures of this and you don't expect it to be immediately as you walk out of the station.
It's super colorful. Like all these buildings are like vibrant green and blue, and it's going to be a really fun place to shoot a video today.
Yeah. And today is an exciting day because it's been 1 year since we put out our first video.
Yikes. We've come a long way, baby.
Yeah. Next week, we're actually going to look at one of our first videos that we did and show you what we think of that video after doing it for a year.
Spoiler alert, it's not going to be good.
But this week, we're going to tell you a little bit about what's going on in our lives, how things are going, and
a little life update for you.
Yeah. It's just on how everything's going here in the Netherlands.
Yeah. All right, let's go explore Zaandam.
Let's explore Zaandam. Now, we've been here for a year, and we've gotten the chance to do a lot.
Well, not here in Zaandam,
right?
But in the Netherlands.
But we've got to do a lot. We've got a lot of experience, a lot of things. What's been your top 2 favorite things that you've done since we've been here?
Oh gosh, it's very hard to narrow that down. Honestly, I think learning Dutch and like that first time that I was able to successfully order my coffee and not have the barista look at me like I had 3 heads. So that was really nice, and I loved visiting Castle de Haar and Castle Duivenvoorde. I mean, your girl loves the castle.
That is very true, yeah.
How about you?
Well, one of my favorite ones was actually going oyster picking. That was super cool.
That was really fun.
And just being able to get these amazingly fresh oysters from the restaurants there and then go down and actually pick them right off the beach.
And that was in Zeeland.
That was in Zeeland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was super cool.
I think their lobster festival is coming up soon.
That sounds pretty good. And then one of the other things that I really enjoyed was actually getting to go to Glow.
Oh, yeah.
That was really fun, especially seeing all the lights, the big projections, everything. And we actually took videos for both of those, so if you want to see those, definitely go check those out. And
we hear that there's something similar to Glow in Gouda, but it's all candlelight instead of electric lights. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Speaking of learning Dutch, we kind of wanted to give you an update on how that is going.
Yeah, it's actually going pretty well. We finished our Dutch classes, which was really great. We're going to have a video where we talk a lot about that coming up in the next couple weeks here. So
with featuring our Dutch tutor.
Yeah, and it's been great. We've been able to order most times, find the restroom, which is really important.
Yeah. And we did a video a few weeks ago on some basic Dutch sayings that would be helpful if you're newly moving to the country or even just visiting.
Mm-hmm. So with that, I would say our Dutch is good. It's basic. I definitely want to continue learning Dutch and get more.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But it is one of those sorts of things that I feel like we're going to constantly be a student of for a very long time as we try and find new things that we can say and new places to use it and all the things that go along with it.
And we've taken your suggestions too and started watching things with Dutch subtitles, although I don't know how much vocabulary from RuPaul's Drag Race is going to necessarily translate, but yeah, it's been really fun and it's cool. I feel like I understand more and more every week.
Yeah, it is definitely one of those things where when we first came over, every sign was a complete obstacle to understand what was going on. And now when I'm in the train station or
The grocery store.
the grocery store, I can read what's going on. I can see what the construction is or where it's going to be, or I can see what the special is.
Or listen to the train announcements.
Yeah, all those types of things. And I feel like it's going well. Probably not as much as we would both like, but it's still a growing process.
It's a work in progress, and it's going to be from now on. So.
Mm-hmm. The third thing, and we did make a bit of a scenery adjustment if you can't tell.
We're in the Schans.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool windmills. We're going to walk around some of them. I don't know if we're going to go into a ton of them because our focus for this video is not for that, but to tell you about what's going on. And one of the things that we are excited about is some of the trips we have coming up for the rest of the year.
Actually, when this video comes out, we will be in Poland.
Yep. So if you do want to see what we're up to and what we're doing that's outside of the Netherlands, check us out on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page you can go visit.
A new Facebook page.
And so go look at both of those and you can see what we're up to outside of the Netherlands. But inside the Netherlands, we've got a couple of trips I'm really excited about.
Yeah, and we're finally taking your advice after 1 year, and we're going to go visit Efteling.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of really cool things about it. We've heard that it's like the prototype pre-Disney World, and we're going to go see what that's all about.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I think we're going to go to Den Bosch in a few weeks, which I'm super excited about because I love art.
And also, I'm really excited about it because I hear there's a canal trip that you can go underneath parts of the city. You can actually go underneath City Hall, which is really cool. And it was all going to be destroyed about, 50 years ago, and they saved it all. So that sounds really cool.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the Christmas markets this year. There's the one in Valkenburg, which is the one like in the caves, which sounds very magical.
Yeah.
And then the Leiden one is a floating Christmas market on the canals. And all of those were canceled last year because of COVID. So fingers crossed, we'll be good to go this year.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I think that's going to be one that is not going to be anything we've ever experienced before.
Yeah, and then the week before Christmas, we have time blocked out, but we actually don't know where we're headed yet for, for then. So if you have any suggestions on where to
visit
the beautiful Christmas magic in Europe, give us a shout.
And also, there's going to be a trip in the U.S. in there.
Yeah. We're headed to the U.S. in October.
Yeah. So we're going to make sure we have plenty of content to keep everything posted and while we're gone. But if you want to see anything about that, again, follow us on the YouTubes and or on the Instagram and on Facebook for this.
Yeah. The most painful thing to talk about is our fertility journey. If you've been following along with us for the last couple months or from the very beginning, you know a little bit about our struggles with that. And unfortunately, right now, it seems like we're at a bit of a standstill. In the Netherlands, they really like you to take a month off after a failed embryo transfer. So this would be a month that we would be starting again, but unfortunately things aren't progressing very well, so we're taking another month off. So
hopefully end of September.
Yeah, everything's put on pause for now. That's okay. We're just trying to enjoy life every day and enjoy what we have currently. But yes, the hope of having a family is still very much alive. It's just paused for now.
Yeah. And it's still something we're working towards. So send us all your good vibes.
And until then, I mean, we've got a pretty cute little pup at home.
Yeah, he's very, very cute. We walked around some of the
Schans.
There's also sheep right here, like right there. So if you hear random sheep noises, know that Tracey is also very excited about shopping.
I just love animals.
What are your thoughts on this part with not having gone to the actual windmills themselves?
Sure. It's definitely something I want to come back to.
Yeah, I agree. It's got more depth to it, but it is definitely touristy.
I've seen a lot of selfie sticks, which is fine. Maybe not coming here on a Sunday morning.
Sure.
Would be a good idea. It's very curated. There's some really cool things, though. There's a Klumpen museum, the Clog Museum.
There's a
really
soap store. There's an old Albert Heijn.
But it's like an Albert Heijn, like sort of like museum. It's really neat. It's just very pretty, and that's the reason we came here, because we wanted a really nice backdrop. But I do think we'll be back to check out.
I will say it reminds me of in the U.S. kind of like a Magnolia or like colonial days or things like that, where it's very much supposed to be that picturesque thing from that time period.
Yeah, it's nice.
Let's head back into the city and finish up our list. We walked around over there and we walked around some of Zaandam itself. What are your thoughts on Zaandam?
Super cute. Very, very picturesque, much like most Dutch cities. I really like how they've carried like the green facades throughout the majority of what we've seen of the city. It's beautiful. It's very cute.
I will say it's very cute, but it is also very touristy.
Oh yeah,
Most of the people we've seen out and about have luggage with them. They're walking around to the hotels or wherever it is. So it does feel a little touristy, but that makes sense considering how close it is to Amsterdam. And people coming here on travel groups and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, lots of tour buses. But nonetheless, it's still very cute, and I would very much like to come here maybe during the week.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a really cute place to bring people who are here from other places, because
they're new to the Netherlands.
Yeah, because it would be that Dutch experience of getting to see the cute houses on the canal and all of that.
It's definitely very Instagrammable, for sure.
Our last point is, do we still like it here? Which is a big question. It's been a year, and how do we feel about the Netherlands?
Most days, that answer is yes. We do like it.
Yeah, it's still quite the experience. It's still quite the adventure. We love that it's not, really 40 degrees and things like that on most days like it is in Texas. We do miss air conditioning. But we, as a whole, life over here is really, really great.
We're very lucky to have made some really great friends, both in and outside the expat community. We've gotten to see a lot of the Netherlands and a lot of Europe, which was
still so much to see though.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure.
That being said, it's not all great. Living in the Netherlands is one part of it, but running a YouTube channel while we're doing it has been a bit challenging at times. Because each one of these videos that you see takes about 3 hours to shoot and another 3 hours for editing, planning, all of the work that goes along with it.
It ends up being about 7 to 10 hours a week on top of our jobs. So it is a lot of work, but we really do enjoy doing it most of the time.
Then when we put out the video not too long ago about our culture shocks, we did get some pretty negative things. Most of it absolutely positive, but a few things that people went out of their way to tell us to get out of the Netherlands, leave, or call us mean names. Even
so far as to find our email and email us there.
Yeah.
Not very nice.
And to be Dutch direct here, I use it for my own chance this time. Those people are pretty rude, and we don't really care for them. I don't like them, and I think that they're mean.
Yeah, and any attitudes like that, we really try to have a very positive community, and we welcome constructive feedback, but comments like that we really don't appreciate.
That being said, so many of you are wonderful. So many of you give us great ideas. Tell us to go to places like this and check this out. Tell us about all the things that we should go, and we love having all of that information to be able to really enrich our experience so that we make sure we go and see the best the Netherlands has to offer.
And thank you so much, whether you followed us from our very rocky beginnings on day one, or you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for coming along. We didn't even think 10 people would watch this, and the fact that you've taken such an interest in our lives and our perspective on living over here in the Netherlands is just
it's very humbling.
It's incredible. So thank you all so much for being here 1 year down.
Yeah. On the whole, we're very happy to be able to do this. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming and joining us today as our trip around Zaandam. And
we'll see you next week as we start year 2.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.